Well, the news is in. Matt Stafford for Jared Goff and a whole bunch of draft picks. Let's talk Lions. Thank you for liking, for commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Yeah, I just woke up like 10 minutes ago, maybe. Started making myself a cup of coffee. Looked down at the old telephone and there's 20 texts. And I'm like, uh-oh, who died? But turns out that the Detroit Lions are trading Matt Stafford to the LA Rams for Jared Goff, 2 first-round draft picks, and a 3rd-round draft pick. So let's break this down. To be clear on where those draft picks fall, it's a 3rd-round draft pick this year, 2021, and then it'll be a first-round draft pick 2022 and a first-round draft pick 2023. The Rams don't have a first-round draft pick now until I think 2024. I think it's been quite some time since they've had a first-round draft pick. How do I put this delicately? We made out like bandits. I feel like Jesse James just absolutely making a heist on a train. Over the course of the past weeks that we have known about Stafford wanting the trade, I have been asked countless times, what do you want for him? What is he worth? And every time I've said, I want 2 first-round draft picks. Because to me, that's what Stafford's worth. I didn't think, it was kind of this, I would like 2 first-round draft picks and a defensive player, but we probably won't get a player to go along with this, so I'll just take 2 first-round drafts and we'll move forward. Well, it feels like we just robbed Gringotts. Goff's a decent quarterback. He's a pretty good quarterback. In fact, good enough to lead them to a 13-3 season and go to the Super Bowl in a year that we needed Drew Brees. We were given Goff, and Tom Brady gets another ring. Goff was good enough to get them to the Super Bowl in his 2nd season, 3rd season. Then, look, just this past year, just a few weeks ago, Goff has surgery on his right hand, on his throwing hand, and he's out there playing when push comes to shove in the wild card game against Seattle and takes him to a W. I watch Goff, I watch the way he plays, and I'm not in love with him, but I'm like, you're a good quarterback. And if anything, what this does, this opens up such a huge spectrum of what our draft is going to look like. Because we just acquired a 3rd-round draft pick this year, and then 2 first rounds over the course of the next couple years. And if there's anything we know about this whole coaching staff turnover, it's that we are looking down the line. Listen, Campbell was given a 6-year contract. All the guys coming in were looking to retool, but build out the Detroit Lions. So is Jared Goff just a buffer? That was my other thing. I started looking around the league, and I had a lot of you guys and girls reach out and ask me, what do you think about getting a guy like Mariota? What do you think about getting a guy like Jameis Winston? And just having them in there for 1 season while we begin to rebuild the defense, while we use our draft picks to acquire the other necessary parts to retool this team, to rebuild out the Detroit Lions. And I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that idea. You know, I was sold on trying to get 2 first-round draft picks for Stafford. I thought the Colts were going to get him, but in the end, here we are. And I feel like I would love to hear an LA Rams fan perspective, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, I feel like the Detroit Lions made the better move. I feel like it's more of a gamble for the LA Rams giving away all those draft picks. It's that win now mentality. And don't get me wrong, Stafford will be amazing on the LA Rams. Will I enjoy seeing him in a collegiate soccer uniform? No, I will not. Just as a heads up, this deal cannot be made official until March 17th. It has to be the start of the new season, end of this season. So it's not official yet. It's not official. Let's just make that clear. But this is the agreed upon terms. This is the handshake agreement. A little bit about Jared Goff. Obviously, he was a 1st-round draft pick, 15th overall by the LA Rams back in 2016. In fact, the LA Rams traded up to get him. You look at Goff, he's young, he's 26. Matt Stafford, here he is, 33. And yeah, you know what? When I look at Goff, I'm not so impressed. I'm not like, wow, this guy. But I am like, that was a crazy one-on-one trade right there. Plus the draft picks. That's crazy. Because Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Yeah, there's elements of him that it's going to be so different watching him play on a Sunday compared to Matt Stafford. But I'm also not so worried about just having to wait until the fourth quarter. Obviously, when you look at Goff's numbers, he has been declining. He's been struggling. He had the worst season since his rookie year. So there's that. You know, there's an element of McVay didn't want to re-sign him. He didn't want Goff back around. He didn't even want to talk about if Goff would be the starter for next season. Obviously, he wasn't going to be because... And let's look at the facts. Brad Holmes was huge in the drafting of Jared Goff. Brad Holmes, our new GM, was huge in the drafting of Jared Goff. That's what he wanted. He wanted Goff. So when you look at that, that tells me that he still sees something in Goff. Something to say, hey, listen, we want to give you a restart. We want to give you a new opportunity as we're rebuilding this team in Detroit. And I think that element has me feeling a little bit more safe. That has me feeling a little bit like, all right, Brad Holmes saw something in Goff that most other people maybe didn't. And Holmes is great at evaluating talent. And if he is as good at evaluating talent as it's said to be, there's something that he sees in Goff that I'm like, all right, let's go. My overall reaction to this is, okay, we made out like bandits. When I look at it, I feel like I'm playing Monopoly, and I just bought up the entire third side. I'm talking all them yellows and all them reds. Nobody's getting through to that fourth side without paying me. It feels like we got the better end of the stick. But I would love to hear an LA Rams fan perspective. How do you feel? It's less of the Jared Goff. The Jared Goff's like, oh, okay, got a pretty decent quarterback. It's more of, wow, third round draft pick this year with Holmes and Dorsey doing their work. We're going to be rebuilding our defense. That's exciting. Maybe, who knows, maybe we still draft a quarterback. Maybe we draft a quarterback and we have them sit under Goff. We use Goff as a buffer for a season or two. I'm very excited and more than happy with this. I was expecting to only get 2 first-round draft picks. That's what I wanted. I didn't even know if we were going to get that. I thought we might get a first round and a third round, some defensive play. To my Detroit Lion fans, let's go. And kind of cool, we will be playing the Rams next year. So I am excited. I think we made out with the better deal. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear everything. I want to hear what you think about Goff. I want to hear what you think about the draft picks. Just lay it in there. I look forward to discussing it with you. We'll take some time later this week. We'll break it down even further. But for now, may you enjoy your Sunday. And I'll catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.